WSA 9. This is 9 News at 5.
Well, welcome back. If you are always tired, but you just can't seem to fall asleep, there's a good chance you have a real medical problem.
That's right. If your body tends to ache all over and your energy is zapped, you could be suffering from one of the most underdiagnosed syndromes in this country. In tonight's 9 Health Watch, our Jennifer Ryan takes a look at the mystery of chronic fatigue and its painful cousin.
Turn this light on.
In a darkened basement apartment below bustling Georgetown.
It's fine. I mean, it's bright, but...
Is that all right? You sure?
Yeah.
Amy Pearl has tarped her windows and spent the last year in a cave.
Light bothers me, but these glasses are actually part of a treatment I'm doing.
Her treatment also includes powerful antibiotics and herbal remedies, an arsenal to fight chronic fatigue syndrome, which left this Georgetown pre-med student bedridden.
I was living with friends that I loved, taking classes. I was enjoying everything with all these opportunities to travel. I mean, there's no way that I was going to create something that caused me to lie around in bed all day.
Doctors don't know what's wrong with the patients, so they tell the patients they're crazy.
Dr. Jacob Teitelbaum knows firsthand his office retreat in Annapolis is a far cry from being homeless 30 years ago and struggling with his own bout of chronic fatigue.
Chronic fatigue syndrome is like blowing a fuse. But if you're exhausted and can't sleep, you have chronic fatigue syndrome. If you ache all over as well, you have fibromyalgia.
The cause? Stress. Anything that taxes the body and drains energy. An infection, car accident, pregnancy, anxiety, and sleep deprivation. He says there are 100 ways to trigger chronic fatigue.
It is stressful living in the big city. It's exciting, but it's pretty stressful.
All around our hustling, bustling beltway, there are people who are suffering. In fact, Dr. Teitelbaum says there could be as many as 25 million Americans with chronic fatigue syndrome, and 3/4 of them are women.
You want to avoid sugar is the key thing. Sugar is a loan shark for energy, as would be caffeine.
Increase water and protein intake, decrease carbs. He makes no income on the energy drinks and supplements that he's developed. Healing, he says, begins with proper nutrition, sleep, keeping hormones in balance, and treating infections, which was Amy's downfall.
These are cells. The bacteria are actually really tiny, and this is the way they travel between cells.
Bacteria, doctors believe, from numerous childhood illnesses that she contracted growing up in Mexico. Halfway through treatment, Amy feels her health has improved dramatically, and she's finally anticipating life above ground.
I knew that there had to be an answer.
Amy wants people her age to know that chronic fatigue is very treatable. She wears those sunglasses to block vitamin D from the sun, which apparently feeds her type of bacteria. Now, as you might imagine, there are skeptics out there, physicians who say chronic fatigue doesn't exist, that this is all witch doctoring. Dr. Teitelbaum says more doctors are integrating Eastern and Western medicine, and with these techniques, studies are showing 91%, he says, patients are feeling less fatigue and less pain after they go through the treatment.
So there's hope.
Because there's a lot of hope for people, he says.
I know a woman who suffers from this, and she says it's just awful. She has 2 children, and she says she's just drained all
and they
the
look
time.
normal.
They look normal, but
they're
suffering.
Exhausted.
Yeah. So, all right, so what's the first step? Say you can't sleep. You're exhausted.
You can't sleep, but you're still exhausted. They say find somebody who specializes in chronic fatigue or fibromyalgia. There's a lot of information on the web as well, and we'll link you to a few sites tonight at WSA9.com. Check it out. It's worth doing the investigation.
Absolutely. All right.